You may have noticed that KGW launched a new weather brand this week called Weather Impact. It's meant to highlight the times when weather will have an impact on your day, more than the average weather impact. Our upcoming heat wave will not only have an impact, it could be downright dangerous. And that's why we have Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino joining us now to explain what's coming in the science behind this heat wave. Matt?
Yeah, thanks so much, Pat. And you're right. We just launched this week. Perfect timing with the heat wave that's coming up. So what we're doing is we're highlighting the weather impact alert days in red as opposed to the normal blue of our 7-day forecast here, just to highlight them and make it stand out more so that you get the sense that, hey, this is something different. This is something that may have an impact on me. Either, at the very least, it may be inconvenient. At the very worst, as in this case, it may be downright dangerous to certain groups of people, in this case because of the heat. So we'll talk about the heat wave and then dig into it a little bit more. Tomorrow, it begins in the afternoon. That's why we're calling it a half and half day. And mornings will be just fine. But in the afternoon, we ramp up into the 90s. And because it's a holiday, a lot of people will be out and active. We think it'll have a bigger impact on more people for that reason. So we're starting the weather impact alert on Thursday afternoon. But then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, triple-digit heat certainly qualifies as having a big impact on our communities and our population. So that's why we've got the alert for all 4 days, really 4.5 days here. I think the weekend will be the hottest. Saturday 104, Sunday 105. We're only a degree away from each other either way. It's going to be super hot. And then look at this. If you look at the 7-day forecast, every single day is above 90 degrees. So this is a long duration heat wave that we are going into. The peak of it Thursday through Monday when we're in triple digits, excessive heat. And so what's the need? This is another thing we'll do when we have these weather impact alerts. Talk about what it is, when it is, and what you need to be thinking about to help mitigate the impact on you. In this case, stay hydrated. I know it sounds obvious, but it's always worth repeating. Don't forget your pets and your plants because they need to stay hydrated as well. And if you can, avoid strenuous activity. Now, I know that can be a tall bar, but if you were planning on, setting concrete this weekend, you might want, or, roofing, you might want to wait a little bit if you can, because those are the kinds of things, the activities that will get people in trouble. So again, some of the things that you need to think about doing if you can to avoid being impacted in a really negative way by the heat that we have here. We've got excessive heat warnings everywhere in the magenta and even the high Cascades under a heat advisory. Southern Oregon also has fire weather warnings. We've got no big fires burning in Oregon right now. There's really no smoke to speak of around the state. Hopefully it stays that way. But I mean, look at this. These excessive heat warnings go from Canada to Mexico. California will bear the brunt of this. There are some pretty big fires burning down there. And then fire weather warnings as far east as the Wasatch and Utah there. So again, this is a very, very long duration heat wave that we're dealing with here, Pat.
And Matt, what about the humidity? Is it going to be low, which is bad for fires?
The humidity will be low, which is bad for fires. We call that humidity recovery because normally on a normal day, at night, the humidity goes up, so it recovers, in the words of fire weather, and that's good. That helps to slow the spread of a fire. But when it's this hot and the air is this dry, up in the Cascades, Pat, the humidity is going to be about 5 to 15% in the afternoon. Yeah. So it's really tough to get it to recover overnight. The other thing about this is usually with dry air, if there's no humidity, the temperatures will drop more overnight tonight. But two things. The air mass is so hot, it's going to be tough to get the overnight lows to drop, and we just passed the summer solstice, so the nights are as short as they get, so we simply don't have a lot of time to recover. These are the records for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. They're all going to fall, Pat. They're all going down. Yikes. So those will all be triple-digit records by the time we roll into next week. These are the record overnight lows, the record warm overnight lows, and look at my forecast. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, those will all fall. Sunday morning, we probably will never drop below 70, so that's a tough get. That makes it hard for people without air conditioning or a good way to cool off to realize at least some cooling overnight.
Yeah, old houses like mine, they just start to soak up that heat, and we have a couple window air conditioners, but oh man.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, every part of your house, the roof, the timbers, everything just gets so hot and doesn't really have time to cool off before the sun comes back up. So that's what makes those overnight lows so challenging.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks for the explanation, Matt.
Bet.
Appreciate it.